Yo, what is going on, everyone? It is Memory here. We are back once again to check out another new season of anime, the upcoming season, in this case being the summer season of 2021. Yes, summer is here. You guys should know the drill by now. In this video, I'll be going over the shows that I plan to watch from this new upcoming season, which shows I don't plan to watch, and which shows I'll be, I guess, in the middle on or kind of undecided. As you can see, there's already some shows in here that I'm currently watching that are going to be carrying over into the summer. That's why they're lit up green. We are using LiveChart. I will have it linked down below so you guys can go check out the list yourselves. I know there's some other websites that have lists and whatnot, but I usually use LiveChart, so that'll be what's down in the description. So we're gonna hop right into it. I may be able to tell you guys some ones that I plan to react to, but I usually don't really decide onto that until I see the schedule essentially for everything, which honestly, at just a brief glimpse at the season, I don't think I'm gonna be reacting to as much. I mean, even the spring I didn't really react to as much, but I don't even know if I'm gonna be reacting to as much as I did even in the spring, but we'll have to see. But we're gonna jump right into the list. The first two I'm already watching, and they're gonna be carrying over into the summer, so I will be keeping up with those. My Hero Academia Season 5 and Tokyo Revengers. Tokyo Revengers, I know this is like the lineup video, so maybe I really shouldn't talk about this too much, but I'm honestly like kind of in the middle on Tokyo Revengers. Like, I know a lot of people love it. I think it's kind of average. That's just me though. Did kind of want to throw that out there because I really haven't put my thoughts out about Tokyo Revengers like all too much. I think I have maybe on Twitter, but I'm kind of in the middle on it. Like, I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's like, now enjoy whatever you want, obviously, but I don't really see what others see in it, essentially, is how I would say. And hopefully my mind changes about it in the second half, but we'll have to wait and see, of course. One Piece I'm not watching. I haven't watched, like, I feel like I've watched like random episodes of like One Piece or something, maybe on like TV like a while ago, but I have not watched One Piece or read One Piece yet. To Your Eternity, I'm still watching. Second half of that will be carrying over into the summer. It has a, I think, like 20 episode count, so kind of a odd episode count. But yeah, the second half of that will be going into the summer. And here we go. Slime Season 2, Part 2, man. The Part 1, you know, Season 2 just in general, it left off, like, it was a little rocky in some parts, I feel like, and you guys probably know what I'm talking about. It did kind of have a slow start as well, but the way the season left off, or Part 1 left off, dude, I'm so excited for this second part of Season 2. Of course, I'll be watching and reacting to more slime greatness. So not really much to say about that. You guys should know what it is. Boruto, I am not watching. Next up, we have Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Season 2. I did react to Season 1, like, it was a while ago, or it feels like a while ago. I don't think I reacted to the whole series, though. I think I reacted to just, like, a few episodes. I feel like I'm gonna try. I know it's, like, very soon, but I want to rewatch Season 1 because it's been a while. But I did plan on actually reacting to, of course I'll be watching it, but I did plan on reacting to Season 2. So I know I didn't do Season 1 really from the beginning, but I might rewatch or just kind of skim over to kind of refresh myself a bit for Season 2, because like I said, I do want to do reactions for it. Shaman King, I'm not watching anymore, so I LiveChart doesn't update through like Annie list, because like on my Annie list I have that I dropped it or whatever. I'm not watching it anymore. So I won't be watching that. Eden Zero, I am still watching. I think I'm like an episode or two behind, but I am still watching that. It's a fun series, man. Honestly, is it anything like too insane or too crazy yet? No, I wouldn't say that, but I think there is some potential there, so I'm sticking with it. I like the whole space thing it has going on as well. You guys know me, like, with space and sci-fi and whatnot. So Eden Zero, I like so far. I'm enjoying it. It's nothing like too crazy though, but it's not terrible. Not like the worst thing I've ever saw. Next up, we have My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom. I did watch the first season. I was kind of about it. I think I'm still gonna watch the second season. It's kind of how I felt about like Zombieland Saga, like with Season 2, because I wasn't like the biggest fan of Zombieland Saga Season 1, and I did watch Season 2, and I ended up dropping Season 2 because I just wasn't feeling it. Like at a certain point, Zombieland Saga Season 1, like it had me at the beginning, but it like I kind of fell off of it, you know, and that was kind of the same case with this series right here. So I think I'll give Season 2 a chance. and I'll watch it, and maybe it hits for me different than season 1 did, or I like it more, or I can get into it more. I'm not really sure, but season 1 was kind of like for me. I know a lot of people enjoyed this series as well, but I'll watch it, but I don't know if I'm going to be sticking with it all the way through. We'll kind of have to wait to see. Next up, we have How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom, light novel series, action, fantasy, harem, magic, military, and romance. I think I've heard a little bit of buzz around this series, like the light novels and all that. Oh Hero. When Kazuya Soma is unexpectedly transported to another world, of course, he knows the people expect a hero, but Soma's idea of heroism is more practical than most. He wants to rebuild the flagging economy of the new land he's found himself in. So, okay, I feel like this sort of premise may or could turn some people off, but this kind of stuff actually sounds like kind of up my alley, to be honest. Betrothed to the princess and abruptly planted on the throne, this realist hero must gather talented people to help him get the country back on its feet, not through war, like maybe a lot of the times you would see, or like there's some demon lord shit going on, or adventure, but with administrative reform. Okay, I could see why maybe this wouldn't appeal to people, but to me, like I said, I think this actually seems pretty cool, so I'm gonna be checking this out. Maybe a first impressions reaction for this. I don't know if I'll stick with it though. I feel like I'm gonna do that a lot for some series, like do first impressions reactions. Maybe end up reacting to more than I thought based off the first impressions. We'll have to see how that goes. I'm Standing on a Million Lives season 2. Did not watch season 1. I haven't actually heard really good things about that series, to be honest. Next up, we have The Honor at Magic High School. Yes, any more Mahoka, I'll be watching. I think this actually focuses more so around Miyuki and the girls, obviously, as you can see from the visual. But really, like, Miyuki is, I guess, the central part of the show, which I'm not complaining about. And like I said, any more Mahoka, I'll take it. I don't even know if we really need to read this or not, because I mean, if you know Irregular at Magic High School, if you know Miyuki, if you know this series, then you probably know what to expect or kind of what to get with this series. I think it's like a spin-off or something, right? Like a spin-off manga or side story. Next up, we have Seirei Gensoki Spirit Chronicles, based off a novel. Meet Rio from TMS Entertainment as well. Sorry, I haven't been kind of listing off the studios, but you guys can see here. Meet Rio, a callous orphan boy living in the slums. At only 7 years old, he realizes he's actually the reincarnation of Haruto Amakawa, a Japanese university student with a tragic past. So he reincarnates as someone who like existed before. Okay. While still reeling from this shocking epiphany, Rio also comes to learn that he possesses extremely potent magical abilities and uses his new powers to solve the kidnapping case of a little girl. His good deed is acknowledged, and he's rewarded by being enrolled into a prestigious academy for noble children. Okay, I'm gonna say maybe. I'll say maybe on this one. It kind of piques my interest a little bit. I may just check out the first episode or the first few episodes and see kind of how I feel about it. I'm saying maybe for now. Next up, we have Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy, another novel from C2C Studio. Makoto Misumi was just an ordinary... And another thing I should add, for the ones really probably I'm saying maybe the deciding factor would be like, after this, maybe not here in this video, but like looking into the staff more so, looking to kind of who's behind this series. And then that'll maybe be like my deciding thing or something that pushes me to watch or not watch a series more so. Makoto Misumi was just an ordinary high school student when he, due to certain circumstances his parents were facing, gets summoned to the other world to become a hero. I mean, man, it's just like, that's like almost like 3 or 4 out of the last like 5, man. The goddess of the other world, however, insults him for his ugly face and strips his hero title before casting him off to the wilderness at the edge of the world. As he wanders the wilderness, Makoto encounters dragons, spiders, orcs, dwarves, and all sorts of non-human tribes. Because Makoto comes from a different world, he is unable to unleash unimaginable magical powers and combat skills. But just how will he handle his encounters with various species and survive in his new environment? I mean, it sounds pretty basic, sounds pretty generic, to be honest. I don't know. Nothing really kind of stands out, honestly, about this to me. I'm gonna say no. It's just like, I don't want to just watch. That's kind of how I am, because before in a lot of other seasons, I used to just watch stuff to watch it, right? And be like, oh, I'm keeping up with all these shows from these seasons. But now it's like, I don't want to waste my time. You know what I'm saying? So it could change. And maybe if I'm hearing good things about it, I'll check it out. But I mean, nothing really about that. Even this first one, the previous one as well. But I feel like this one piques my, this one here, the Spirit Chronicles one, it piques my interest a little more. But this one, it's not really doing it for me, to be honest. Next up, we have Girlfriend from Tezuka Productions. I've heard a little bit of buzz around this one, like with the manga and all that. The protagonist, Naoya, is a first year in high school. He asks out Saki, a girl he has been in love with, and she agrees to be his girlfriend. He's currently on cloud 9, but then a beautiful girl named Nagisa comes up to Naoya one day and tells him that she wants to go out with him. Oh, I think we can see where this is going, right? Naoya feels himself wavering because Nagisa is such a good girl, and he comes to a decision. A new kind of rom-com from a rather unexpected decision is about to begin. So I'll probably watch this one. I've heard like some buzz around the manga. I think kind of, it doesn't seem like anything too crazy. Just kind of like with the previous one, I even said it sounds a little generic, but maybe the characters or maybe something else with the series will really grab me. I'm not really sure, but I feel like I want to give this one a shot for sure. Next up, we have Drugstore in Another World, the slow life of a cheat pharmacist. Comedy fantasy from EMT Squared. Corporate Joan Reiji is transported to a fantasy, really, where he discovers that he can craft potions at a higher level than his rank should allow. Taking advantage of this, Reiji makes a tidy profit enough to open his own drugstore. An elf who can't aim his bow, give him some eye drops. A dragon who accidentally breathes fire, cough syrup. Reiji's new dragon with cough syrup, okay. This is a special kind of cough syrup, has to be, right? Reiji's new relaxing life of making medicine for fantasy creatures is about to begin. So this sounds pretty wholesome, right? Like this sounds, it's kind of like chill, kind of like a chill series, probably for the most part. I'll say maybe for this one. Nothing about it like really kind of stands out to me, sort of like that other one I was mentioning. It's like, man, it's not, I mean, we probably aren't surprised. Like, it's nothing new, like with each of these seasons, especially like nowadays, how many isekai we see per season, or these types of like fantasy series. I'm leaning towards no on this one, but I'm not saying it looks bad. It's just, I don't want to waste my time, right? Like, maybe it wouldn't be wasting my time, but I think you guys know what I mean. I'll say maybe for that one, though. Next up, we have The Detective is Already Dead from Studio Engi. Based off a light novel. I think I've heard there's some buzz around this one as well. The first broadcast will be a 1 hour special, so we got a double episode to start off, apparently. When the story begins without its hero, Kimihiko Kimizuka has always been a magnet for trouble and intrigue. For as long as he can remember, he's been stumbling across murder scenes or receiving mysterious attached cases to transport. When he met Saista, is that how you say it? A brilliant detective fighting a secret war against an organization of pseudo humans, he couldn't resist the call to become her assistant and join her on an epic journey across the world. Until a year ago, that is. Now he's reunited to a life that is normal and tepid by comparison, knowing the adventure must be over. After all, the detective is already dead. Okay, and you got the mystery, drama, romance tags in there too. Okay, I think I'm gonna check this one out. This one sounds really interesting to me. It sounds like something I might fuck with, to be honest. I'll say yeah for that one. I might do a first impressions reaction for that one too. I don't know if I'm gonna commit to it for the whole thing, but like really the only one so far is like Slime and probably Kobayashi, like guaranteed reactions, honestly. Next up, we have Remake Our Life, based off another light novel from Feel. So Feel, we got Feel back with another series. Okay, another maybe a double length episode. Episode 1 airs an extended 60-minute time slot. Okay, Hashiba Koya is a 28-year-old game developer. So we got older, like college or like older adult characters. Okay, you got my interest already, kind of. With his company going bankrupt and him losing his job, he returns to his hometown. Looking at the success of creators of his age, he finds himself regretting his life decisions as he lay distressed on his... He probably goes back. Or something, doesn't he? But when he opens his eyes, he finds that he has traveled 10 years back to the time before he entered college. So, okay, I like that though. If it's right before he's entering college, I think that might actually work out better. I thought he was gonna like go all the way back, like, you know, high school or some shit, or like way early on, like most of them do. This is a story about a failed person who was given a second opportunity to follow his dreams. Okay, this sounds good. This sounds pretty good. Just from the general synopsis, sounds like something I might like. I was kind of worried there for a second. I was like, okay, he's gonna go back to like high school or something. But apparently it's like right before he enters college. So I'm actually really interested in that. I think I might fuck with this. I think I said that for the previous one. Sorry, man. Excuse my language too. I know you guys probably don't really care, but next up we have Wonder Egg Priority Special Edition. This is like the sequel, I think, to the last episode or whatever. Special episode picking up where episode 12 left off, because it was like because of like production issues, right? Or something like that. Production delays. I'll be watching that. Next up, we have The Dungeon of Black Company from Silverlink, action comedy fantasy based off a manga. Kinji, who lacks any kind of work ethic, is a layabout in his modern life. One day he finds himself transported to another world. This might be the most, actually, like in a season so far. I mean, we've had seasons jam-packed with isekai and whatnot, but I mean, man, I feel like we just started and there's like already like almost like over 5. Jeez, like if you're including sequels, we're probably almost at 10. He's immediately shoved into a terrible job, now enslaved by an evil mining company. A mining company? In a fantasy world, Kinjin's about to really learn the meaning of hard work. See, I might just have to watch all these damn isekais, like watch the first episodes, and whatever first episodes like grab me is the ones I'll stick with, at least like initially, man. I mean, that's what I guess I'll have to do. Just check out the first episode, and if it's not hitting, then don't even waste my time. If it is, then keep watching, obviously. I'll say maybe for that one. I might even say maybe for this one, but this one sounds like really generic, you know, like this Moonlit Fantasy one. Like, it's like generic of generic. I mean, at least this one, like the whole mining company thing catches my interest a little bit, I guess. So I'll say maybe for that one. Next up, we have The Great Jahi. Is that how you say it? The Great Jahi Will Not Be Defeated. We got like a tanned loli girl, it looks like, or something. Yeah. from Silverlink, I think I already said that. Comedy shonen, slice of life, supernatural, 2 cores as well. The Great Jahi, the Dark Realm's second in command, cuts a frightening figure feared and revered by all. But when her run-in with the magical girl results in the destruction of the precious mana crystal, the Dark Realm falls, transporting the newly puny and polished Jahi to the human world. So it's kind of a reverse, sort of. Either way, they're coming to another world. Again. But I guess it's flipped, so maybe a pass. Unfortunately, plotting the revival of the Dark Realm from a cramped, crumbling one-room apartment is no easy feat. So she kind of has to be in tune or get used to sort of like normal human life. It's probably like a whole different thing for her. It's no easy feat when you have to pay rent and a job, so she's got to have a job as well. Okay, this sounds kind of cool. I think I'll check this out. And there's been some buzz around the manga with this as well. So I think I'll give that one a shot. Next up, we have Mother of the Goddesses Dormitory. Comedy, ecchi, harem, romance, and shonen from Asread. Isn't Asread the studio that did Big Order? Or am I tripping? I think it was. Right? Oh, okay. Interesting. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Nagami Koshi is a 12-year-old boy who was abandoned by his father after their house caught on fire, leaving him to roam the streets penniless. Jeez. Then one day, a girl named Minerva, who finds him lying on the sidewalk, takes him to a woman's college dormitory, one known for housing troublesome residents, and asks him to be their dormitory mother. Surrounded by older women forced to deal with their idiosyncrasies? Is that how you say it? Koshi starts his new, somewhat ecchi life. So wait, they get a 12-year-old boy, they bring him into their place and tell him to be the dorm mother. And, okay. This sounds one of like those controversial type ones, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. this might be like one of those situations with like interspecies reviewers. I'm not saying like obviously it's not going to be the same sort of content or like what's going on in the series, but in terms of just like how it's going to be talked about, or like it might be memed or something, I feel like this may be like that show. And if it is the same studio from like Big Order, because Big Order, like people meme the shit out of that and it was kind of controversial and it was bad. So I don't know if this is going to be the same way, but I mean, it doesn't sound, I don't know, it sounds kind of odd to me. That's one reason why I want to say maybe, because it's like I want to see potentially how bad it could be. Hey, maybe it surprised me. It's actually something good. I don't know, but hey, maybe I'll watch it because the ecchi's hitting. I don't know. I'll say maybe. Next up, we have and apparently they're older women. So there you go. Shit, you got me. Next up, we have Peach Boy Riverside from Asahi Production, action adventure demons fantasy shonen. Southerin Alderac, princess of the kingdom of Alderac, dreams of traveling the world. Wait, what was that? Southerin Alderac, princess of the kingdom of Alderac, dreams of traveling the world. Okay, a dangerous dream in a land where monsters roam the countryside as they please, and humans live behind high, strong walls. But when a chance meeting with traveler Mikoto gives hope to her dream, he shatters it soon after as he reveals himself to be none other than Momotaro, ruthless demon slayer. Though horrified by the gore Momotaro leaves behind, Southerin is convinced more than ever that she needs to learn about the world beyond her walls, and journeys out, following the steps of the mysterious, charismatic, terrifying boy she met that day. If you were that freaked out by the dude, the logic in that, you go with him and be like, oh, and so this is what it's like outside, I guess. This crazy guy, apparently is like terrifying. Yeah, go with them. Makes sense. I don't know about this one. I'm probably gonna skip. I'm feeling a skip on this one. All right, moving on. Moving on, we have The Duke of His Death and His Maid. This kind of reminds me of the sort of art style, the character designs for what was the gaming one from JC's staff? I think you guys know what I'm talking about. The name is like slipping me off the top of my head right now, but it was like the arcade game one with like the cute couple and all that. This kind of reminds me of that, like the art style, at least the character designs. Cursed by a witch as a child, a young duke kills every living thing he touches. Shunned by the people around him, he's forced to live in solitude in a mansion deep within a forest. Alice serves as the duke's maid, and her existence seems to be the cause of many worries for the young man because Alice makes a point to sexually harass the duke every day. Despite Alice's seduction, the duke is unable to touch her regardless of his romantic feelings. See, I don't think I'm actually going to watch this one, to be honest. I mean, I may. I'll say maybe. Now, here's the thing. I'm getting a little tired of these teasing shows, like where nothing's happening, right? There's like no progression. Like if there is progression, it's very little. It's very subtle. I'm kind of getting tired of them. I feel like they're getting old for me. It's like a lot of them are the same thing. You know, some of them hit. Like I think of Takagi-san. Like Takagi-san was great, but a lot of these ones that we've had where it's like they're teasing each other, but they like each other, but it's just like no, it's really is going nowhere. Like you don't see at least them as a couple or anything like that. I mean, lately I don't know. Those are just like hit or miss for me, and I'm kind of get a little tired of it, to be honest. That sort of format. I don't know if y'all agree or not, but it has to do something else, right? It has to do something else to really grab me. So maybe I'll check it out, and I'm really undecided. Maybe I'll check it out and it hits. I don't know. We'll see. Scarlet Nexus. This is like the new game that's actually coming out very, very soon. The first episode, I think, already came out. I think it was on like Funimation. They did like a pre-airing or something like that. They're, I guess, going to have another advanced screening for episode 2. Or maybe this is just going to be how the series goes from now on. I'm not like how it airs. From Sunrise. I love Sunrise. But game adaptations usually aren't the best, most of them, to be honest. I'm actually more interested in the game than I am the anime. Solar calendar year 2020, grotesque organisms called Others have begun eating people. To take down this new enemy, the Other suppression force is formed. Saved by the elite team as a child, psychokinetic Yuto withstands the training to enlist. On the other hand, prodigy Kasane was scouted for her abilities. But Kasane's dreams tell her strange things, dragging the two into an unavoidable fate. I might watch this. I don't know. Game adaptations usually aren't too good. It's kind of, they're smart though for like placing this around the same time that the game comes out, because I think the game comes out in like a day or two as of me recording this, which it's Thursday. So I'll say maybe. I'm usually pretty like weary or kind of scared of game adaptations, because I don't even know if I liked any game adaptations. Like maybe God Eater. God Eater was pretty good. The anime, in my opinion, it was pretty good. I'm trying to think of any of some others. I can't really think, to be honest, off the top of my head right now. So I'll say maybe. Next up, we have Battle Game in 5 seconds. Action supernatural superpower based off a digital manga, like a web manga, I guess. It was just a usual morning. Akira Shiro Yanagi, a high schooler who loves games and kanpeito, Japanese sweets, has suddenly been dragged into a battlefield by a mysterious girl who calls herself Mion. The participants are told that they are erased from the family register, involved in an experiment, and gained certain powers. Akira is determined to win the game with his newfound powers and destroy the organization, armed with a power no one expects in his brain skills. The new period of intelligence battle begins. Was that English at the end? I don't know. I don't know if that was like English or that was just me or what. I'm probably gonna say no on this one. Seems like a pretty straight up sort of action series, I guess. I may end up checking it out. Who knows? Like even some of these ones I'm saying no. Like you guys know how I am. Sometimes it's just like, like people be talking about it, piques my interest. Like, oh, okay, maybe it's better than I thought it was going to be, and then I end up checking it out. Next up, case study of Vanitas. Hell yes, dude. I don't even have to read anything. I know what I've saw from the little teasers and the previews that Bones have been putting out. It looks heat. They have some great staff on here, some great music on the series as well. If you're not going to be watching this series, watch this series. I'm telling you, definitely watch this series. I'm probably leaning towards doing reactions for this one as well. Most likely going to do reactions. I'm not even going to read that one because I know I'm watching it, and y'all should be watching it too, hopefully. Next up, we have the Itaden Deities Know Only Peace from Mappa. Action, adventure, demons, fantasy, seinen, based off a manga. When mankind was on the verge of extinction, the god suddenly appeared. 800 years have passed since Itaten, the god of war who made a sudden appearance, sealed off the demons. Time passed, the demons resurrected once again in front of Itaten, who were born in an era of peace and had never experienced a battle. The battle for the survival of gods, humans, and demons alike begins now. Isn't this the one that had like the visual that was like super ecchi? Like, isn't this super ecchi? Like, there's a lot of, I think I remember seeing that visual. Not this one right here, but I think there was a visual before where I looked at it, I was like, damn, they're kind of showing a lot. It is a seinen series, so I'm gonna check this one out. It's Mappa, and I'll give it a shot. It doesn't sound like anything too crazy, but it's really Mappa to seinen. I guess I'll check it out. Next up, we have Sunny Boy. This is one just like Vanitas. I think the first episode kind of already premiered, like special airing on Funimation. I didn't watch it. I'm waiting. I'm actually gonna wait because I don't want to watch episode 1 and then have to wait like 3-4 weeks to watch the next episode. Because look, episode 1 comes out in about 3 weeks, so you'd have to wait 4 weeks. You'd have to wait a month to watch the second episode. So that's why I'm waiting. Sunny Boy, though, from the director of One Punch Man season 1, Shingo Natsume, one of the best directors in my opinion in the industry. He always gathers a lot of the best talent. He gets some pretty good talent on his shows. It's an original. It seems wild. There's some like crazy superpower, like going through like I think dimensions or something. Like some wild shit, man. Watch this series. I think like this series is like Madhouse at its best. I know Madhouse lately the rep has been kind of like, but this is gonna be like some good Madhouse shit. I'm telling y'all. Hopefully. See, I don't really know. It's an original, but there's positive signs there, I guess you would say. And when you have Shingo Natsume directing, I always check it out, and I feel like y'all should always check it out as well. So yeah, we'll be watching that one. If you guys want to know more about this series, look more into it. It's pretty much about like all these boys and girls like with like superpowers, but they're like going through all these different like, I guess, dimensions, I think it is, or like different spaces. It looks wacky. It looks really crazy, to say the least. So check it out. Dragon Quest, I'm not watching. Higurashi, I will not be watching because I did not like the previous season or whatever. I did not like it. At some point, I'm just gonna have to do the visual novel for Higurashi, or maybe just watch the original. I don't know. I did not like. I think I liked it initially. Like it was pretty good for me initially, but it fell off so hard. Like by the end of it, I was just saying, this is bad. That was just me though. So I'm not even gonna put myself. If I know I'm most likely not going to like it, I'm not gonna put myself through it. To be honest, I probably shouldn't have ever watched it in the beginning. To be honest, the Higurashi Go, When They Cry Go. So I won't be watching that. Aquatope on White Sand, a new PA Works original. I always say it, PA Works originals are hit or miss, man. It'll probably have beautiful animation. It'll probably have beautiful visuals. Where I'm really worried about, or what I'm going to look out for the most, is what the characters, what the story, you know, what the narrative's going to have going for it. Because I think the other things I don't really have to worry about. It's PA Works. So yeah, we'll kind of see what this has going for it. A formal idol goes to Okinawa and finds a new life helping a struggling aquarium from shutting down. So not much to really go off of there, but I usually always check out the PA Works originals, see what they have going for them. They're hit or miss. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it's good, of course. Next up, we have Fena, the Pirate Princess. I think this is a Crunchyroll original from Production IG. Premieres on Crunchyroll and Adult Swim prior to October broadcast in Japan. Fena Hauptmann remembers little about her childhood, orphaned and raised as a servant in a brothel. Her life changes when she escapes to an island of pirates where she discovers the truth behind her family. With Fena being the only one able to unlock her family's secrets and a formidable crew of female pirates on her tail, she must take her place as a captain of her samurai crew for a high seas adventure. Sounds pretty cool. I think with the Crunchyroll originals, I think there's been like maybe one Crunchyroll. Has there been any Crunchyroll originals that have been good? For me, I think Tonikawa was a Crunchyroll original, wasn't it? That was solid. That was actually solid. I wasn't like super big on that series, but I think that may be the only Crunchyroll original series that I really like. So will this change? Like, will this be the first Crunchyroll original that I actually like really can get behind? It's Production IG. We'll see. Maybe. I love Production IG usually. So next up, Pokemon Journeys. I'm still watching that. It's a lot of fun. Digimon Adventure 2020. Not watching. Magia Record. Season 1 actually left off on a really high note. I wasn't the biggest fan of the series as a whole, but it did leave off on a pretty strong note, on a high note. So I don't know if I'm gonna be sticking with it. If I feel about it the same way as I felt majority of the first season, I probably won't stay with it. But I'm at least gonna watch it from the beginning of this second season, because the first season did leave off pretty strong. I gotta say. So case closed. Not watching that. Next up, we have Nighthead 2041. I've actually saw, I think, a trailer for this one from Shirogumi. As you guys can probably tell from the visual, if you haven't saw any trailers for it or anything yet either, it's 3D animated, drama, mystery, psychological, sci-fi, supernatural. And I think they got Huya Extended on here for the OP and Koshuni on the ED. So that combination is back again. So that's awesome. So even if the show is not good, at least the music from it will be good. Because I already heard a bit of the track from Huya Extended. Whew, sounds good. The story follows Kirihara brothers, who from a young age were incarcerated in a secure scientific facility due to their supernatural powers. Having escaped after the barrier that was preventing them malfunctions, the story also follows the Kuroki brothers, who are trying to chase the Kirihara brothers. Not much to really go off of from here. I'm gonna check this one out, at least the first episode. Give it a fair shot, to be honest. It seems like it has like that cyberpunk sort of aesthetic or like vibe going for it as well, like sort of Psycho-Pass esque. I'm not saying this is gonna be like Psycho-Pass, so don't quote me on that or something, like, right? Like, I'm not saying this is gonna be better than Psycho-Pass or that the story is even set up like Psycho-Pass, because it's not. But in terms of like the cyberpunk whole thing and what's going on like with the technology and all that, it's kind of like gives me a vibe of that. But it probably won't be as good. Hey, you never know, but we'll see. Next up, we have D-Side Trial Mere, the animation. This is like based off, it says a medium mix project. This might be like based off a game or something. Action, adventure, drama, fantasy, magic. The stage is Shibuya. When Ryuhei Oda was in elementary school, he admired his kind older brother, Ryuhei, who witnessed the mysterious death of his brother, is now a cheerful high schooler who doesn't let the lurking nightmare surrounding him face him. One day while kickboxing, he's bitten by a mysterious creature named Triz and has an unusual dream. He confronts his twisted desires as rumored drops fly through the streets. What does he see beyond that? I don't know about this one. I'm not really feeling this one, to be honest. I'm gonna say no for now. Blue Reflection Ray, I'm not watching. Remain from Mappa, an original. I think this is the water polo one, right? Minato Kiyomizu. I've noticed that as well. Like, Mappa is doing a lot of these new like original projects where it's like based on like sports that most people don't talk about, right? Or like they're kind of obscure, you know? Like there was like, I think that, what was the one they had recently? I think it was like gymnastics. I mean, gymnastics is pretty popular, but like usually ones that you don't see most people talking about is the ones you're kind of seeing them do. Minato Kiyomizu is a former competitive water polo player whose life was changed by an incident during his third year in middle school. Now in high school, Minato finds the courage to jump back into the pool and embrace his destiny with new friends and teammates at his side. The next Free? I haven't watched Free, but for y'all who have watched Free, maybe this is giving you like kind of vibes of that. I'll say maybe for this one. I feel like a lot of these sports series are hit or miss. I'll check it out, probably the first episode or first couple episodes, see what it has going for it. Love Live Superstar. I don't think I can watch this. I haven't watched any Love Live stuff, to be honest. I've heard a lot of it is really good, actually. So I don't know if I can watch this. If I can, let me know. I'll probably check it out because I've heard good things. Because I know there are like some standalone ones that you can kind of watch on their own. But I know there's like a bunch of seasons or something for one of them, or one of the inserts or something like that. I'm gonna say no for now, but if I can watch Love Live Superstar, let me know because I'll probably end up checking it out. Life Lessons with Uramichi Onisan. Uramichi is a 31-year-old children's TV host who leads physical exercises and teaches life lessons colored by one main theme: adulthood sucks. Facts. Alongside mascots played by a couple of bushy-tailed millennials and a singing duo whose music embodies the notion of being kicked while you're down, Uramichi wades through the misery of working life, one sardonic comment at a time. This has to be like a short, right? Maybe it's not. I don't know. But it sounds like a short sort of series. It actually sounds kind of funny. And I like, because you don't really get those, like, I mean, we do get those, but you don't get them, like, really often with adult cast, you know? So, I might check this one out. I'm going to say maybe. Next up, we have Kageki Shoujo from Pine Jam. Drama School Seinen. Okay, interesting. Seinen series. The Koka Kageki Musical Drama Academy is a high school that teaches musical theater like that at the Takarazuka Review. Like, isn't that? I thought it was Review Starlight. Maybe y'all did too. And splits its actresses into those who play male and female roles. Ai Narada is a former idol who becomes a Musume Yaku, or a female role actress, and meets Sarasa Watanabe, a simple farm girl who is an Otoko Yaku, a male role actress. Okay, not really too much to go off, I would say, from the synopsis here, but I'd say this does kind of have my interest. I'll say maybe, but I'm leaning towards yes, I would say. Next up, we have Kyo in Kyoto from the Maiko house. Isn't this... I'm not watching this. I think, yeah, this has been airing. Okay, I remember like seeing the episodes like pop up. Megaton Musashi. It's a mecha series. Studio. Is this like even coming out? I mean, they don't even have a studio on here or anything, man. Like, not even really a visual. I'm gonna say no on this because it seems like it might not even like, I don't know what's going on with this. this is one that might not even like see the light of day or something. Like, it might not even get, if the episodes are gonna come out, it's like we probably won't get translations for it. Cinderella 9, didn't watch that. Idolist 7, not watching that. Suki Pro the animation, not watching that. Yu-Gi-Oh 7's not watching that. Pretty Cure, not watching that. Getter Robo arc. I know there are people excited for Getter Robo, because hasn't it like been a while? I haven't watched any of it. I do want to go back and, because I know it's an older sort of series like the original. I do want to go back and watch it at some point. I just don't know when that's going to be. I'm gonna have to say no. Shin-chan still going on, of course. Not watching any Shin-chan. Tsushima. Tsushima. The manga is centered around an older woman who is often mistaken as a man and called Oji-san by her cats, and Tsushima, a strange cat who appears in her garden one day. Okay. Maybe. Probably not. Doraemon. Not watching any Doraemon. Another season of Yami Shibai, dude. Wow. The 9th season. Dang. Haven't watched any of it, though. Fushigi Dagashiya Zenitendo. Based off a children's book. The short. The novel series story centers on the mysterious candy and snack shop, Zenitendo, which only lucky people can find. The shop's proprietor is a woman named Beniko, and she can recommend the perfect candy for each person's troubles. However, things might not turn out as hoped if people eat or use the confections incorrectly. Whether Beniko's sweets bring fortune or misfortune is up to the person who receives them. Probably gonna say no. Pretty All Friends Selection, no. Bakugan, no. Probably the rest of these are gonna be no, to be honest. Suna and Manu in the Peculiar Desert. Mrs. Saze. Dang, that one's still going too. Look how many episodes, man. Almost 2,600 episodes. Bono Bono. Yeah, I think the rest of these are probably... What the hell is this? I thought this man... that's funny. Auto Boy. Yeah, I don't even think... Yeah, we don't have to go through the rest of these. So, yeah, that was the TV shows, the full-length shows, and the movies. Or not the movies. I was going to say we're going to go into the movies now. So next, I'm probably going to breeze through these. Demon Slayer, I've already watched. The Demon Slayer movie. My Hero Academia movie, I will be watching. Going to go see it in theaters. Josie and the Tigerfish. I'm really excited about this. It's coming out in theaters here in the States. So, yes. Going to be watching that. Fate Grand Order Final Singularity. Yes. I still need to watch the... Because isn't the first Camelot movie out? I think the first Camelot movie might be out. I think. Don't quote me on that. I think it came out in Japan. I don't know if we got it in the States yet. But whatever I can go see in theaters, from Fate Grand Order, I'm going to. Like, maybe the Camelot movies, this movie. Haven't watched any Gintama. Haven't watched any Fate Khalid. Seven Deadly Sins movie 2, Cursed by Light. An all-new story by... It's set after Dragon's Judgment. Okay, I haven't even kept up with the most recent stuff, so probably not going to be able to watch that. If it is like its own thing, and maybe I can watch it without watching the most recent seasons, because I stopped watching after season 2, let me know, and then I might be able to watch it whenever it comes out. Seto Kayaku and Domo. Not caught up. I do want to watch it at some point. It's on my plan to watch. There's a lot of stuff in it, though. Like, there's a lot of seasons, a lot of movies, specials, OVAs, you name it. Another Knights of Sidonia project on the way. I think it's already came out in Japan. Just me, I have to wait either to see it in theaters or the Blu-ray release. I love Knights of Sidonia. Slept on series. If you have not watched Knights of Sidonia, and especially if you're a mecha fan, sci-fi, space, you love that kind of stuff, watch Knights of Sidonia. I'm really excited for this movie whenever I can watch it. Codewafter, have not watched Little Busters yet, because I think I gotta watch Little Busters to watch it. So I'm gonna get to that at some point. Words bubble up like soda pop. This movie actually looks beautiful. I'm gonna be watching that. I think it's actually coming out sometime soon. I think someone said they're gonna be airing it, or like streaming, like putting it out on streaming services. It was one of the companies. I don't remember. Belle, a new Hosoda film. Of course, I'm gonna be watching that, and usually all the Hosoda films like come to US theaters, so that I'll probably be seeing that in theaters. Kakushi Goto compilation. I really liked Kakushi Goto. Added footage and an ending not depicted in the TV anime. So I'll probably just see like the new ending or whatever, the ending that wasn't in the anime. Haven't watched any Sailor Moon. I actually haven't watched this movie yet, the Pokemon movie. So whenever I can, I guess I'll watch that. Sailor Moon, no. Haven't watched any of this. Haven't watched any of this. Isaki no Mayoiga from David Production. Movie from David. I don't know if I remember seeing anything about this. 17-year-old Moika, who lost her parents in Yuri, seeking to escape her violent husband, got off at a Kitsunezaki station one day. The great earthquake and tsunami had changed their destinies. Their lives were saved, but they were perplexed when asked about their identities at an evacuation site. It was an old woman named Kiwa Yamana who lent them a helping hand. From that day, Yuri was known as Yui, Moika as Hiyori, and together with Kiwa, the three women began a wonderful communal life together at the old house Mayoiga, overlooking the sea. Okay. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Hopefully I can check this out at some point. Seems like something that maybe I'll like. It's David Pro movie. Why not, right? The Review Starlet movie, I already have it as watching. Pompo, the Cinephile? I'm probably butchering that. I like this visual though. Operating out of the movie capital Nollywood. Is it like a play off of Hollywood? Yeah, probably right. Yeah, 100%. Pompo has been shooting one B-grade entertainment flick after another that anyone would enjoy. One day, Pompo's movie buff assistant, Jean, spots a new script written by Pompo and is moved by its exquisite story. In a fit of passion, he proclaims, "I want to see this as a finished work in theaters as possible." However, Pompo tells him, "So you shoot the film. You're gonna be the director, man." Thus, Gene takes on his first directing gig. Meanwhile, Natalie, an ordinary girl with movie actress dreams, who had just arrived in town, has just been discovered by Pompo. Hopefully, I can check this out as well whenever it comes out, because it actually sounds kind of cool too, kind of interesting. More space battleship Yamato. I think this is. Oh, it's a compilation. I was like, I think they did announce a new movie coming out, though. So there will be more, like a sequel actually coming. I love Space Battleship Yamato, man. It's underrated, too. Honestly. But if this is a compilation film, I probably won't be watching it. Bang Dream, no. Fortune Favors Lady Nikuko. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be watching this. I'm definitely going to be watching this because it's from Studio 4C. And the director, Ayumu Watanabe, it's another movie that he's doing. He directed Children of the Sea. I actually saw Children of the Sea kind of recently, and I was mixed on it. Like, from a direction standpoint, I feel like it's phenomenal. And, like, visually, in the animation, all that is spectacular. Really, where it lost me, though, was, like, the second half of the film. If you guys have watched Children of the Sea, you probably know what I'm talking about. It gets pretty wild, like, in the second half of the movie, like, towards the tail end of it. Not in a good way, when I say, like, it gets crazy. At least in my opinion. But he's one of my favorite directors. He directed Space Brothers. And you guys know Space Brothers is one of my favorite anime of all time. Probably like my second favorite anime of all time. So anything that he directs or that he's under, I usually like to check out. Like the baseball one he directed, Gurazeni. Like I watched that. I watched both seasons of that. So this movie I'll be watching. And hopefully I can see it in theaters. This Gundam movie, have not watched any of that. And I think the rest of these are going to be no's. Okay. Moving on to, I guess we could go through the OVAs real quick. I'm not probably going to talk much about them. Strike the Blood, no. Record of Ragnarok. I'm going to watch it probably at some point just to see, but I have not heard good things. You guys saw that video I made about like the overreaction stuff, and that clip was from Record of Ragnarok. I actually haven't watched the show yet, but I might check it out. I don't know. I'm not in a hurry. It's not like on the top of my priority list. Tonikawa, yes. I think it's like an OVA or something, right? Or yeah, we're in the OVA section. Fate Grand Carnival. I'll be watching that. I guess 2 episodes are out already. I didn't even know that. Saga of Tanya the Evil, Operation Desert Pasta. I think that's already out. I just have to watch it. Laid Back Camp Season 2 specials. Any Laid Back Camp stuff I'll watch. Hell yeah. Resident Evil, probably no. Obey Me, doesn't seem like something up my alley. Hollow Graffiti, no. Prince of Tennis, haven't watched any Prince of Tennis. Night World, welcome to the Night World. Anxiety, scary and sad things that make you think in the dark. The more you can't sleep, the more you feel suffering. All right, you can't sleep because you're trying to find something. The night is the perfect place to find it. Let's take a break tonight. It's a dark place, but please explore it. Actually sounds kind of... I actually really like this sort of premise, or like how they set up this synopsis, at least. How they worded this. I don't know if I'll even be able to watch this or if I'll see it come out anywhere, but maybe. Bonus Blu-ray short for Megalobox. Probably won't watch it. Yume no Tsubomi, short depicting the perspectives of both the parent and child before a Pokemon trainer embarks. If this is anything, if they ever put anything else out from Studio Colorido for Pokemon, I'm watching it. So I don't know if this is out already. I may have already watched it. I feel like I have watched this already. Came out June. Oh, okay, yeah, I've watched this. Yeah. Assault Lily Fruits, no. Wushen. Oh, okay, this is still going. Okay, I was like, man, 100. This series is gonna be 160 episodes, but it's already almost done. I was like, man, okay. God of 10,000 Realms. I don't know, y'all are gonna have to let me. I think these are Dongwa, right? Like, if you guys know anything about some of these, let me know if they're like worth checking out. This one says, oh, this is a short, but 54 episodes. I'm gonna say like this one, obviously 4th season. I'm not gonna be watching. A lot of them, there's not much to really say, not really much to go off of, or their sequels. RT Switch, no. I think the rest of these guys are probably gonna be no, but I think most of these are Dongwa though. Or if any of these are actually worth checking out, definitely let me know down in the comments. I know there's a lot of sequels in here, but if there's any like new ones, I guess even just in general, if there's any new ones, let me know. But the rest of these are probably looking like no's for now, at least. So yeah, I think that about does it for the list. Honestly, this season, I know I always watch a lot of stuff from each season just in general, but in terms of reactions, I may do some first impressions reactions, but that's not a guarantee that I'm staying with them the whole way. But the ones I see myself sticking with the whole way for reactions, well, we still got MHA, we still got To Your Eternity, obviously, so we got those. Slime, that's 3. Kobayashi, that's 4. Like, those are the 4 guarantees right now. And I can't really guarantee reactions. Like, Vanitas might be 1. I'm really leaning towards Vanitas. But in terms of these other ones, like Realist Hero, I might do a first impressions reaction, but I'm not saying I'm going to go through it the whole way. The Honor of Magic High School, I'm probably going to watch in my own time. And like, I don't know, some of these other ones, I just don't see myself. Maybe The Detective is Dead. I'll do a first impressions reaction. But as for like really the rest of these, besides the ones I just mentioned, like Sunny Boy, I want to do reactions for Sunny Boy, but I feel like there's not going to be enough interaction for it, man. I really feel like I might do a first impressions or something and then see what it has going for it, if there is interaction with it. But I just feel like a lot of people are going to be sleeping on it. Like, I already see a lot of people not talking about it. So, but yeah, like, as for these other ones, I mean, I'm probably at 5 shows for reactions as of right now. But there may be, like, 2 or 3 first impressions ones, and then maybe they get added, maybe they don't. We'll kind of have to wait and see. But this season, for me personally, I think I've talked about this on, like, Twitter. It's looking like a backlog season for me, to be honest. I know I'm still like watching a decent amount of stuff, and there is some stuff I'm undecided on still. But for the most part, this season for me is looking like a backlog season, and it's looking like the slowest season of this year, to be honest. Like, compared to the spring and the winter. The winter, man. Looking back on the winter, wasn't that shit crazy, man? Like that season, we took that season for granted. Because I mean, spring has been all right, but spring hasn't been anything too crazy for me, at least personally. But that season's looking maybe like, because I would assume the fall is looking better, and even beyond. But this season looking like potentially, I could be wrong. I may be looking back a couple months from now and eating my words, looking back at myself and being like, what were you saying, dude? But this is looking like the slowest season of this year, to be honest, for me personally, looking at it here. So probably a backlog season. Let me know what you guys think of the list. What are you guys going to be watching? What are you guys' most anticipated shows for this season? You guys probably already know some of mine. Obviously Slime, obviously Kobayashi. I would say I'm looking forward to Realist Hero, but I wouldn't say it's like up there in the ranks. Detective is Already Dead really piques my interest. But there's not like Vanitas. Vanitas is probably up there with Slime and Kobayashi. Sunny Boy is up there with those as well. There's a few, but there's not a whole lot in here besides the ones that I've mentioned that really, really stand out to me. But that's the thing. You never really know. Some of these series, I sit down and watch the first episode or watch a couple episodes. I'm like, damn, like this shit's actually good. Or maybe ones that I said I was going to watch, I watch and they end up turning out to be trash. It happens all the time. That's the thing with each of these seasons. You guys know what it is. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the list. Let me know what you guys are watching. What are your most anticipated? I hope you guys did enjoy this video. The videos are long as usual. Like, I didn't even say it this time. I didn't say this video is not going to be that long. Because I just knew the video was going to be long. So yeah, that about does it. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching. Peace out.